Right, let's get cracking with the show. Now, as we have a European football expert, we're calling you Faysal. You're happy with that, aren't you?
I'm very happy.
Your smile there. We thought we'd tap into your insight. Saturday Social Whiteboard is out with the new design, which I'm a big fan of.
I like the new design.
Yeah. Shout out Liam for sorting that out behind the scenes. So what's the plan, Joe?
Yeah, it's very simple. Faysal is going to go through position by position, picking who he thinks has been the best player in the world in that role this season.
Yes.
Very simple. Start with goalkeeper.
Like it.
Absolutely, and for me, it's an easy decision. It's the man himself, Thibaut Courtois. I think this season, Real Madrid, the toughest two games, which has been Milan and Barcelona, he was absent in both goals. His impact is so crucial. He's been playing over 13 games. He's been saving us literally every single game. He's been injured for a month, but you could see that month Real Madrid looked nowhere to be the same team.
Do you think that's a big factor in him as a keeper? He is a big game player. He seems to thrive on those big games.
Every season, he is the one that stands out. 3 years ago when we beat Liverpool in the Champions League final, that
exactly what I was
season as a
thinking
whole,
of.
he was incredible. He came back from the ACL last season. People thought, you know what, he might not be the same goalkeeper compared to last season, but he's pretty much remained and told everyone, I'm still the best in the world.
He's a clutch goalkeeper, isn't he? You know, someone.
I'll agree with that.
Obviously, physically imposing with his long limbs and big frame, but in terms of like making big saves in big crucial moments, he definitely does do that. And you are the European football expert, but just thinking of the Premier League, you know, I know that Alisson's been out, so it can't be him. But if I'm looking at keepers, you know, Andre Onana's got 6 clean sheets, mate. And if you're looking about a turnaround,
Nervous to say that.
you know what I mean? He's turned it around, mate. You know what I mean?
Say with chest, man.
He's turned it around. David Raya's doing all right as well. You know what I
Do
mean?
you know, David Ray's played well this season.
Keller has done really well. I know the Newcastle game was dodgy.
If I had
No
to
one
pick
expected
one
him.
Premier League goalkeeper, it would be Onana, for sure.
Yeah.
It would be Onana.
But nah, it's a stretch.
It's Thibaut.
Okay.
Okay, let's get Thibaut
Stick him up. Fair enough.
Some of the saves in that Liverpool game, I know they lost it, but
Yeah,
like...
he just kept him in it. He stopped it.
He's quite advanced for a goalkeeper there. isn't he?
I like Thibaut. I like
Modern day
Thibaut.
football.
Sweeper keeper, yeah. Very modern.
Got him on the line.
Right
Play
back.
football like that
Let's go
anymore.
right back.
Manuel Neuer.
Well, for right back is the best right back in the world. He's been the best right back in the world for a couple of seasons. Of course, this is his massive, massive season. I don't understand how Liverpool has managed to go into this season, not given an extension. I think this season, what I've loved about him, not only going forward, but defensively. I think defensively this season, he's a much better defender, locked-time defender. You could see his impact. The game against Newcastle, he comes on 5 minutes to assist. You could see his massive impact. Of course, he doesn't have a contract, and
He's smiling.
You getting him, yeah?
one team is calling, and I've been saying for 3 years, and Real Madrid's coming.
You have.
Faysal has been literally banging that
know.
on this show and on his
It's coming. It's happening now.
Yeah.
It's happening. But
There's a theme here as well, isn't there? Real Madrid goalkeeper, a player linked with Real Madrid. Is this the theme of the...
I've got sources,
couple of
What are your sources saying?
unreliable sources. For myself.
Basically vibes.
Yeah, vibes.
That's what it is. The vibes. He goes to concerts with Jude Bellingham, Chris Brown concerts, and that. He's the little bromances there. You just
I've seen
think
the videos. I saw the videos. Oh my God, the connection. I can see it happening.
couple of other suggestions, maybe Jules Koundé. Having
Koundé's been very good.
Exceptional season.
Very, very good. But I feel like Trent is just different.
He does
let's get him
things that a right back shouldn't be able to do.
Exactly.
Like it's that simple. Like some of the passes that he plays during the game. You know when you go, did he just play that pass? Like
The
it's
ball
incredible.
against City over the top of that fade.
You know what's
It's
amazing
stupid.
about his deliveries? Well, he has no backlift with something.
Yeah.
He starts it from a standing positioning and still whip a ball in from like 40 yards.
And his best position,
onto the
I know,
striker's head.
see, when we saw him in the Euros trying to experiment at England, trying to go into midfield and all this stuff. No, his best position is right back. I know people say you can't defend, you can't do this, but when you have a player that quality, you got to
get him up.
Exactly.
Stick him on.
And then centre backs. So
Centre back is quite easy. It's
Right-sided centre back.
Right centre back. There's been so many good centre back this season, but I feel like Koulibaly has been incredible for Barcelona, and the fact that he's only 17 years old, it speaks volumes of how talented he is, and not just talented. Hansi Flick give him that faith. One thing about Koulibaly, which I would like to point out, for me, as crazy as it sounds, I feel like he's the best ball-playing defender. And that is crazy as a 17-year-old.
In the world?
In the world.
Right now, the best ball-playing
His
defender.
line-breaking passes, his diagonal switches, everything about him. He's on the ball. It feels like he's a midfielder.
So, obviously, incredible talent. But in terms of right-sided centre-backs, in my mind, I'm thinking William Saliba, you know, an absolute metronome on the ball. I think his pass accuracy is like 94% this season.
Konate.
Line splitting. And Konate.
I struggle. I mean, look, you're the European football expert. I'm struggling. I've seen this kid a few times, and listen, exceptional. I'm struggling to get my head around big seasoned pros, or someone like Konate as well. And Saliba's just been... I know I'm fresh off the Emirates, so it's in my mind, and it wasn't a great night. he just glides. Like, he's in control of everything. Nobody gets past. He can play on the ball.
The only thing about Saliba, I feel like Gabriel's been the better defender.
Yeah, Gabriel's had a good season, hasn't he?
And Gabriel's a left centre-back. Konate, very good shout, but Konate's missed a few games with injuries. Kubasi's been consistent with Barcelona.
Okay.
They're one of
Done a
those-
lot already as well, Kabasi. Youngest defender to start a Champions League quarter-final game. Youngest defender to play for Spain as well.
We're doing that at 70. It's a joke.
Exactly my point. To be doing that at that age is incredible.
Left-sided centre-back.
As he is one of the best centre-backs, but the best centre-back in the world is Virgil van Dijk.
Number one for you, yeah?
Number one.
Yeah.
He's been number one for so many years. People think, that stretch he had after that ACL injury, he might be... Not ACL, I think he had a...
No, it was
I think it was
ACL.
ACL.
It was an ACL
Merseyside
injury.
derby, yeah.
People thought he might decline. We need to understand that season he had, the Ballon d'Or season, it was an all-timer season. There's been talks about who's the greatest centre-back of all time in the Premier League. For me, you can make a debate. Rio, Terry, I think, honestly speaking, Virgil
That
van
debate has
Dijk.
been
It has
raging
been a
online,
big
hasn't it?
debate this year. Who do you think, Flex, is the greatest centre-back in Premier League history?
I don't think Van Dijk is the one. There's an equal argument for a lot of people.
Yeah.
For me, I'd go Rio, and closely followed by
Yeah.
Terry. I think Terry is so... I think people are forgetting just what Terry was. Like, both feet, very, very comfortable, big switches of play. Of course, with his head in both boxes was unbelievable. And actually, he wasn't as slow or not as mobile as people give him credit for. He could get across the park. But I just think that...
No weaknesses in this.
But this guy, I don't know, when he was playing for Kilmarnock and playing next to Yoshida, working out what to do in his footballing career, the other guys were winning Prems, doing a lot for a lot longer. So that's why I'm just like, is even better than Stam.
He has been around for so long in the Prem now, though, man. It's not like he's
That's
like
the
2
crazy part.
seasons. It's like 7.
I think he's had the
seasons of
best
excellence.
peak of any centre-back in the Premier League.
That season, yeah, those couple of seasons, but just before the ACL.
ACL. I think give it
Unbelievable.
once it's done and set. I think 10 years from now, once he calls it a day, I think every greatest Premier League all time will have.
He's in it.
Van Dijk.
Okay, let's get
Stick him
him
up.
Let's get him up. Okay.
Right, let's go to left back then.
Left back. The only thing about left back, I'm gonna be very honest. Yeah, I'm gonna be very honest.
This is really brave, man. This is so brave from you.
I'm gonna be very honest.
Stressing me out.
The left back,
Joe will be honest if he doesn't like something. Yeah.
the left back options this season hasn't been the best compared to the right back to centre back.
Agreed.
I looked at Cambiaso as someone who, for me, has been very
The best
important.
left back in the world this season.
Honestly speaking,
Not happy, are you?
okay,
They've
listen.
been great defensively, man. They've been great
It's the world, bro.
Cucurella has been very good.
Yes.
That's no one else you can mention.
Josko Gvardiol. Let's talk about Josko
Yeah, I
Gvardiol.
think
Gvardiol?
He's had a poor little run of 5 or 6 games.
Guardiola.
Your face
don't
there,
know
right?
his own name.
Let's not write off the let's
no.
not write off the
Joe.
first 10, 12, 13 games of the season.
No,
because this
no, it has to count.
short
With how
run.
disastrous he's
not
been
happy
in the
with
last
that.
4 or 5, no chance, mate. He's ruined all the work he's done in the
last year.
Clueless, mate. Not
Defensive, yeah. Clueless is a bit too far.
harsh, isn't it?
Defensively, he hasn't known his own. Honestly, he's been absolutely horrendous. City,
horrendous.
In those games when City have been capitulating, he has not been great.
Those 7
at all.
games, some of them,
disagree.
most of the goals
At all.
came from his
Not having
mistakes.
that.
Came from his
But
mistakes.
it's a structural problem at Manchester City, isn't it? I think Gvardiol has bailed them out on numerous occasions from a left-back role. He is still an extremely young player, effectively playing out of position as a centre-back playing left-back.
That's his position.
The
in this
first
team. He
10
never plays
games
it.
of
He's
the
brought in as a
season, he
left-back.
was a monster. People were talking about him
When?
comfortably being
When?
the best left-back in the league.
When?
For the first 10 games of the season.
Yeah, and then
The
what
past
happened
10
with the
games.
consecutive
This
games?
guy's been doing it for the whole season.
Nah. Gvardiol cannot get a mention in this.
You're really not happy with that, are you?
No chance.
I agree with
not
that.
for me.
I mean, has he even been
Cucurella's
the
been
best
better than
left-sided
him.
defender in Italy when you think of DiMarco out there?
Kirkes has been better than him.
Absolutely. He's been playing as a left wing back, right wing back on the Thiago Motta's new system. In terms of Juventus, what they've done this season, he's been one of the most standouts. Yildiz has been good. Kumain
Has he been better than Theo Hernandez?
Theo, yes, he has. I think the only
Because the stats are
competition,
very
the
similar.
only
Both
competition
got
on the
2
left-hand side is DiMarco. He's a better defender than DiMarco. DiMarco, of course, gets the recognition with his crossing
Unbelievable.
ability, but I think Cambiaso is the better.
It's your team.
Your shout.
Stick him up. When we're talking
And you know,
defenders
it's
as well.
nice to get a Serie A player up there as well.
Yeah.
It is nice to get a Serie A player.
Absolutely.
Got to shout out Bastoni as well. We're talking centre backs.
Oh, absolutely.
Leaves
Left centre back,
watching, so
absolutely.
we've got to shout out Bastoni. A lot of other players that haven't made the cut, but it is your team, and
DM.
reveal who you've got as DM.
Gavin Birch.
Yeah.
What a transformation this season under Onslaught. What
Yeah.
he's done into this new position, the 6th position. They feel like they trust him now.
Yeah.
When he gets the ball under pressure, he turns around, glides with it. It feels like it's second to none to it. Honestly speaking, he's He's becoming those complete midfielders. And the argument was, can he do it against the big teams? Leverkusen, Real Madrid, Manchester City. He's been doing it every single week.
Yeah.
Flex, is that one of the best examples of a tactical change or a system change from a manager to a player? Like, if you look at how he's performing differently in a different system and the level he's consistently achieving.
100%. Jurgen Klopp's one of the best to ever do it, right? Especially in this league. And you look at how he was under Jurgen Klopp, a bit unsure of himself, looks like he's off the pace, struggling. And this is a kid who's been fantastic at Ajax, might have lost his way a little bit at Bayern, but there's a lot of ability there. But this turnaround, to what Faysal's saying, to be one of the best or the best player in his position, or one of right now. I know Rodri's out, so it's on form right now, but it's incredible. And like you said, the big games is where I've really seen him just be untouchable. I mean, I saw him at Old Trafford and not very good, but he just easy.
It's a shame to miss out on Caicedo. I think Caicedo's been very good so far this season, but it's a toss-up between the two. I just prefer what Gary Madrid does.
Think about most possession won and distance of Liverpool in the Premier League this season, having a fantastic
centre mid.
And the person next to him in the double pivot, I play a little cheeky 4-2-3-1. The person next to him in the double pivot is Pedri. Pedri this season has been playing as a double pivot. I think Hansi Flick, one of the biggest changes he's done so far this season, he's realised, you know what, Pedri, I don't need you as a 10 behind the striker. I think your ability is more progress the ball from the deep, collect it, and you be the driving force into the final third. And it's done it amazing this season. Barcelona's been so good so far this season. Casado's been very good, but Pedri's just been special.
Yeah, all right, let's get him up.
Okay.
A couple of other shouts as well. I think Pavlovic at Bayern.
Yeah, he's been very good.
Before the injury, obviously.
Yeah, good shout.
Really good.
And then my 10 is no other. I can't do...
This is the toughest position because I've seen you all week abusing people about your 10 selection.
I can't lie. Honestly, yes. It's been heated. It's been very heated.
It's so heated.
It's been very heated. But someone who people think of him as a left winger, this season he's been playing more as an inverted left winger, as a 10, and it's Rafinha. I can't do a combined 11 this season and not have someone that's nearly got over 20 GAs and we're in December. The goals, the assists, the hat-tricks. He's got 2 hat-tricks, one including against Barcelona. Match-winning
16
performances.
goals, I think he's got already,
Over 16 goals and 6 assists.
Yeah.
With Brazil as well. His transformation, again, I said it about Gravenberch. Last season, people saying Lamine Yamal's coming in, his future might be over. Look what Hansi Flick has done.
Honestly.
It's genius.
Like when we were seeing that, I was saying that was one of the things I was looking at, and I was going, well, where's Rafinha? We need him in this team. I'm so glad you put him in, because when you look at his move from Leeds, obviously over to Barcelona, you're thinking, okay, what's his ceiling? How good can he be?
Yeah.
And actually, what's going in their favour as well is that Barcelona have been tipped really as like the best team in Europe as well. So he's doing it at a top level and fighting off opposition like Vinicius Junior. You know, what I mean, Lamine coming in. Yeah.
This is a tough competition spot as well. Cole Palmer, Jamal
Got a shout out,
Musiala,
Cole
Jude
Palmer.
Bellingham,
Cole Palmer's been
Martin
unreal.
Odegaard, if he wasn't injured, would be a contender.
Yeah. He's been very good.
There's a lot of contenders, but I think that's fair.
Okay.
Okay.
In goes Rafinha.
Right, let's go to the front
The left wing.
attacking players,
is-
left wing. I think I know as a Real Madrid fan.
I said
where this is going.
earlier Real Madrid's been poor, but the only person who hasn't been poor, one of them, has been Vinicius Junior. Whenever he plays, Real Madrid has a chance. The last 3-4 games, when he has been injured, we rely on Mbappe to play on the left-hand side. Look what's happening. Complete disaster.
Should he have won the Ballon d'Or for you?
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Should he have turned up?
Don't get me started. if I get started, I still don't understand how Rodri won it, and this man did not win the Ballon d'Or when he literally scored and assisted in every single knockout, round of 16, quarter-final, semi-final, and scored in the final. 2 Champions League final goals. You can even say that at the age of 24 years old. He is incredible. He's been out for now a month. He's still the best player in the world and will be the best player in the world for so many years to come. You're looking at an all-timer.
I don't know how he didn't win it. I know Rodri. There's a thing about midfielders where, like, because they're not seen as glamorous, we try to look at the Ballon d'Or to say, let's mix it up a little bit. Like, I'm somebody for the Ballon d'Or. I know, like, Zizou, people like that, but, like, I want to see, like, attackers. I want to see people scoring goals. I want to see people who are full of flair. And for me, Vinny plays the game in the right way and has such a big impact. Like, for me, he should have won that.
People keep saying the sport has fallen off.
Yeah.
He's the one that's saving it right now.
I think, I agree.
You mind if you...
Let's get him up. Had to be up there. Go to right wing, shall we? Because this is a bit of a debate. I think obviously there isn't one name that I think stands out, but you've got
Lamine Yamal, Bukayo Saka.
Saka as well, yeah.
Saka for me is third, Lamine Yamal second, but Mo Salah, the best player. I think this season he's playing locked in. He's playing contract season.
Yeah.
he's the best player in the world, no?
Best player in the world.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Do you
best player in the
agree,
world.
Yeah, agreed. He's phenomenal. He's having such a good time. He's just coming out in presses and not presses, mixed zones, mate. Just talking about his contract for no reason, not affecting anything.
Literally.
He's the assists, putting it on a plate for players, record amount of goals just as usual. I wouldn't even say his contract. See, it's just normal Salah. Like, he hasn't not done this. It's not like we're seeing him peak or we're seeing him do something we haven't really seen. He's just been cooking like this his whole time at Liverpool.
Absolutely.
It's incredible. And actually, he's someone who gets overlooked for the Ballon d'Or all the time.
Yeah.
And that is a disgrace
point.
against football.
And this season, he's the front runner. And I think he knows it. I think the last couple of seasons, he's been competing with the Ronaldos, the Messis, the Neymars, the Suarez. He's looking at the competition this season. Vinicius has been out. You know what? I can actually win it. And honestly speaking, right now, if you told me who's the Ballon d'Or winner, it's Mo Salah.
Ooh, OK.
Get him up.
Stick him up. Now, the number 9, I think this is a really competitive position. You've got the likes of Haaland, Kane, Gyökeres, Lewandowski. I mean, you could have picked any of them, really.
All three of them have got the goals.
Yeah.
The person I look
All of
at,
them,
all four of them have got the goals. I feel like the person I'm looking at is the person who has got the match-winning performance.
yeah?
The winning goals, that key performance in certain games. That's been Leo. All the big games so far this season, you see his name on the score sheet. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, literally every single game. Not only the big games, the 1-0s, the 2-1s, which no one talks about. He's up there. Literally, even under Xavi, people said, is he finished? He's 33 years old. He's declined. Look what Hansi Flick has done this season. He's made him into a poacher. Just stay up there, score the goals, and look what he's done this season.
Flex, who would you have out of that? 'Cause it's a stacked position, isn't it?
Yeah,
this
you
one?
automatically look towards Kane as well. You know, the fastest player in Bundesliga history to get to the 50, like what he's doing. I know the opposition there and how the league is, and we say when Bayern playing the big games, they don't have many big games in their league.
They've been poor in the big games this season.
They haven't been good at all. So I think that's why Lever does get the nod. Haaland had that since he said keep humble. He got humbled himself and never hardly scored until recently. So he's had a bit of a stinker there. And Gyökeres.
Stinker's harsh, though, isn't it?
Well, listen, he's Premier League
Not
top
great
scorer.
goals,
He's Premier League top scorer. Do you know what I mean? But that period of barren spell of like when he was just out of it. Since he said to Mikel Arteta and had that little exchange, when City went 6 without winning, he could hardly get Ballon d'Or. But Lewandowski has just been consistent.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
OK, let's get Lever up.
Stick him up, yeah.
For a manager, have we? Manager of the season?
And
Manager of the season.
Liverpool fans, please stop tagging me in videos. I came out...
That happened a lot.
So bad. Every game Liverpool win, I get tagged in 30, 40 videos.
The apology videos come out now, at least.
Yes, please. I know I told him he will get sacked in December. I am right now in December, and he is the best manager in the world.
That is changing an opinion if ever I've heard one.
That was pre-season prediction, by the way, that Arne Slot might not make...
I said before the season started, you know, sometimes you like to get out there, just throw something in there, maybe it sticks.
And now you hear me and our producer going, Arne Slot, manager of the season, get him in a magnet.
What a turnaround after 4 months.
Unbelievable.
Honestly speaking, I can't say anything bad about him.
Yeah,
what he's done,
I did the same thing. Probably worse. I was like, there's only room for one bold Dutch manager in this league. And then the fixture list, before the fixture list, I was like, who do you want? I said, I want Liverpool. I want a baptism of fire. They came to Old Trafford 3-0. He proceeded to explain exactly how we did it. I never saw this coming. And do you know what the worst thing is as a United fan? Kind of like him. Like do you know what I mean? Like he talks really well. He's very humble. He can drop the odd joke and handles the difficult situations. And look what his team.
He's made Liverpool fans not forget Klopp, but just forget that. Okay, Klopp.
Are they better now? Or is it too early to say that?
It's too early to say.
Very early.
Well, I mean, if they win it before Arteta, it's an uncomfortable conversation.
Just a shout out as well to Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick has come in and worked miracles. By the way.
I think those two managers has been a standout.
Both kept the same players.
Gasperini at Atalanta has been very good, but slow.
And that is the big debate at the minute: is who's the most informed team in the world, Liverpool or Barcelona? And that's evident by your team because it's very heavy.
It's from the Madrid fan.
Yeah. And
they call me biased.
They
call me biased.
He is, Flex, any changes you'd make quickly, or are you pretty happy with that?
I think Caicedo's probably unlucky.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think we're where we need to. And the left-back situation is a bit iffy, but we're where we need to be.
Fair enough. OK, so there is confirmation of Faysal's best player in the world in every position. I think there's good shouts there, mate.